Hello and welcome to this episode of Power FCB with another video coming to you with full of updates concerning Football Club Barcelona in the past 24 hours. More so concerning Xavi Hernandez untouchable players as we approach this coming transfer window. More updates on Sofian Amrabat and Joao Cancelo and Barca viability plans by La Liga and Ousmane Dembele once more linked with Thomas Tuchel's side Bayern Munich. And before we proceed, I will hereby wish to request you to subscribe to this newest channel in Barcelona world. This is Power FCB, and don't forget to at least give us a like button for the love of FC Barcelona, for Barcelona is more than a club. And without further ado, let's jump into it. As we approach this summer transfer, with Barcelona having issues with financial fair play and La Liga, and still desperately having a transfer plan for new signing, Barcelona are all over media linked with Lionel Messi, Ilkay Gundogan, Inigo Martinez, Yannick Carrasco, Fabrizio Diaz, Vitor Roque, Joao Cancelo, Juan Foyth, and many other players. And otherwise, Barcelona will be forced to sell fast, and La Liga have reportedly given Barcelona the green light to implement their viability plan to sign more players this summer, most especially Lionel Messi. But Xavi Hernandez came with the list, according to Gerard Romero, Gabriel Sanz, Juan Marti, and many Barcelona journalists. They have listed 7 players who are considered untouchable by Xavi Hernandez. I'll begin with Frankie de Jong, Ousmane Dembele, Pedri, Gavi, Araujo, Christensen, and Robert Lewandowski. What's your view? Would you like to say Barcelona to sell maybe one of them so as to generate fee for this transfer window, or are you satisfied with Xavi's decision to consider all the 7 players untouchable? A new pivot who is currently being linked with Barcelona this summer, knowing Busquets' possible departure, is Sofian Amrabat, and he is considered as the first option and the most affordable by Xavi Hernandez. Xavi Hernandez loves Zubimendi, the Real Sociedad Spanish midfielder, a lot, but is financially out of range. Amrabat is still very much crazy to join Barcelona and will do everything possible to get this move done this summer. Joao Cancelo, the Portuguese and Manchester City right back, is still insisting on Barcelona regardless of already knowing that Xavi Hernandez prefers Juan Foyth, the Villarreal right back. Jorge Mendes, who is the agent of Joao Cancelo and a close associate with Barcelona president Juan Laporta, and he perfectly understands Barcelona financial situations. No wonder him proposing Ansu Fati Ruben Neves deal with 30 million plus Ruben Neves going to Barcelona side and Ansu Fati going to Wolverhampton side in the Premier League. He knows that Cancelo arrival at Barcelona alone with an option to buy is much simpler than Juan Foyth signing for Barca. And now Jorge Mendes insists behind the scenes on Cancelo signing for Barcelona. Xavi Hernandez may find himself, my goodness, and the reports came that Xavi Hernandez may find himself on a position to welcome Joao Cancelo with open hands, with open arms. My goodness, I think Cancelo fits Barcelona more than Juan Foyth. Whoever is advising Xavi Hernandez on Juan Foyth should also remind him that Juan Foyth was in Argentina squad at the World Cup, playing all over from game 1 to the last game of the tournament, and they were declared champions after beating France on penalties. And Molina, the second option for Atletico Madrid after Llorente, made Juan Foyth stay on the bench for the longest time ever in that tournament. And I don't understand why Juan Foyth doesn't fit Barcelona. Having watched Barcelona since 2009, my goodness, Cancelo fits the philosophy very well. I've already made a video of how Cancelo will fit Barcelona and how his quality on the pitch and the way he displays his game is very much intertwined and interfaced with Barcelona's philosophy of tiki-taka. You can have a look and go and watch that video on Joao Cancelo. Now, Barcelona will meet with Marc-Andre ter Stegen and Frankie de Jong so as to convince them to have a salary cut so as to fit within the viability plan presented to La Liga, that is rather, so as to allow new signing this summer. And Marc-Andre ter Stegen and Frankie de Jong are amongst the top earners whom the club must try to communicate with so as to allow Barcelona fall within the salary margin to sign new players this summer. Now, it is reported that Marc-Andre ter Stegen and Frankie de Jong, both of them are willing to reduce their salaries for the interest of the club, and a meeting is scheduled for next week for one of them, then the other one in the following week. I think that is music to our ears for Barcelona fans. We really need new signings, with La Liga allowing us to have that viability plan to sign Lionel Messi, Ilkay Gundogan, or whoever we want to sign. But first of all, we have to sell. Then number 2, we have to reduce our salaries. Number 3, register new players such as Xavi, Balde, and Araujo. And again, go for the market. Go for Lionel Messi, Ilkay Gundogan, Sofian Amrabat, whoever. Now, on to the main news of this roster is that Thomas Tuchel is reportedly insisting to Bayern Munich management that he desperately wants to have Dembele in his roster next season, and Bayern Munich are considering the option, with most especially Mane's attitude towards the dressing room and the teammates. My goodness, since Mane had a clash with Leroy Sané. Since Sadio Mane had a clash with Leroy Sané at Etihad when they were defeated by Manchester City 3-0 after match, they had disagreement, and it is reportedly that Mane punched Leroy Sané onto his face, and he was suspended, and those blah 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 behind the dressing room, and the attitude is growing. It's not good. They are in a fierce attitude, and Bayern Munich want to get rid of Dembele, of Sadio Mane, and Dembele is a viable option for them. What I like to advise Ousmane Dembele when it comes to this, I know we will have mayhem on Ousmane Dembele, and I know Dembele drama is not yet over. It is coming. I can see it from far. And I know that Dembele will be tempted to join Bayern Munich. I know Bayern Munich knows Moussa Sissoko loves money, and they may be tempted again to propose something good for Moussa Sissoko. But what I'm going to tell Dembele is to learn from Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Aubameyang went to the same Thomas Tuchel at Chelsea, and he was fired right even before the middle of the season. And right now, Aubameyang is struggling for minutes at Chelsea. He hasn't yet recovered his form, and now he's begging and crying to come back to Barcelona. This has happened with many players leaving Barcelona wanting to come back, such as Neymar, Dani Alves, and now Lionel Messi, of course, many players. I'm not here to mention them. But, I repeat, if you go there, and you know, Dembele has injury, is an injury-prone player. He has issues with injuries. Barcelona understands him much better than any other club. For Barcelona, it's more than a club. But at Bayern Munich, if you have problems, they'll show you the way. They might roast you for the rest of the season so as to get you out. For Barcelona, it's more than a community. It's more than a club. It's more than love. But for Bayern Munich, it means serious business. I'm so sad to say this, but as Bayern Munich, it's serious business. Dembele, with your injury issues, I think Bayern is going to finish your career. But just imagine, what if we have a swap deal that might involve Sadio Mane and Ousmane Dembele? That's music to our ears, most especially without we have problems on our left wing, especially the forward. We don't have a proper natural left wing, not even Ousmane Dembele. Ousmane Dembele is a right wing. Ferran Torres, right wing. This one, Rafinha, right wing. We don't have a natural left wing apart from Abde. But if we get a swap deal involving Mane and Dembele, which is gonna be viable for both clubs, gonna be cheap for both clubs. And try to imagine this combination, the attack: Sadio Mane, Robert Lewandowski, and Lionel Messi. Who knows what might happen? Life is so uncertain in that things happen very fast, and we don't know what the future holds. Up to that point, I come to the end of this video. I would like to remind you to subscribe to this newest channel, Power FCB, and of course, don't forget to give us this like, and of course, share to all the Barcelona and all the football fans who are your friends. And it's gonna be, wow, Visca Barca, Visca Catalunya.